Welcome back to Stamps Old World UK. Today we are exploring one of the most iconic and historically significant stamps ever issued by Great Britain. If you are passionate about classic stamps, postal history, and discovering the market value of rare collectibles, then you are going to enjoy this fascinating journey. In today's video, we are taking a close look at the beautiful 1966 British General Letter Office commemorative 3-pence stamp featuring Queen Elizabeth II and the famous postal rider. We will explore its history, design, purpose, rarity, and most importantly, its current market value in today's stamp collecting world. Stay with me until the end, because I will also share valuable tips that can help you determine whether your own copy is worth just a few cents or much more. The stamp you are looking at was issued in 1966 to celebrate the 300th anniversary of the General Letter Office, often known simply as the GPO. The General Letter Office was established in 1660 during the reign of King Charles II and played a revolutionary role in organizing postal services throughout England, Scotland, Wales, and eventually across the British Empire. Without the General Letter Office, modern postal communication would not exist in the form we know today. The 1966 commemorative issue celebrated 3 centuries of innovation, communication, and public service. The design of this stamp is instantly recognizable. Printed in a rich violet-purple color, it combines history with modern elegance. On the right-hand side is the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. This portrait became one of the most recognizable images on British stamps throughout the 20th century. On the left side, we see a mounted postal rider carrying important mail across the countryside. This horseman represents the early days of postal delivery when riders traveled long distances through difficult roads, often facing dangerous conditions to ensure letters reached their destinations. The words General Letter Office are beautifully printed across the lower center, while the dates 1660 and the denomination of 3-pence appear prominently at the top and bottom of the design. This stamp was designed not only as a postage stamp but also as a tribute to Britain's postal heritage. Millions of these stamps entered circulation, allowing people across the United Kingdom to celebrate an important historical milestone while sending ordinary letters. Because such a large quantity was printed, many examples have survived to the present day. However, their condition plays a huge role in determining their market value. One of the first things every collector examines is the condition of a stamp. A mint stamp with its original gum intact, never mounted in an album with hinges, is usually worth more than a used example that has been through the postal system. Collectors also inspect the centering of the design, the sharpness of the perforations, the brightness of the color, and whether there are any folds, creases, tears, stains, or missing perforations. Even small imperfections can significantly reduce the value of a stamp. Now let us discuss today's market value in United States dollars. A used copy of the 1966 General Letter Office 3-pence stamp in average condition typically sells for around $2 to $5. A well-preserved used example with clear postal cancellations and excellent centering may reach around $6 to $10. A mint, never-hinged example generally sells between $15 and $40, depending on quality and demand. Complete mint commemorative sets from the 1966 General Letter Office issue often sell for around $5 to $15. Presentation packs or official first-day covers with special cancellations may range from $50 to $70, depending on condition, completeness, and collector interest. Collectors should remember that stamp values change over time. Prices are influenced by demand, auction activity, collector interest, and the overall condition of the stamp. Online marketplaces, stamp dealers, and international stamp auctions all contribute to determining the current market price. While this particular stamp is not considered rare, it remains highly collectible because it commemorates an important event in British postal history and features the beloved portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Many beginners believe that every old stamp is automatically valuable. But age alone does not determine rarity. The 1966 General Letter Office stamp is over half a century old, yet millions were printed, making it relatively common today. Nevertheless, common stamps are an essential part of every serious collection because they tell important stories about history, art, and communication. They are often the foundation upon which larger and more valuable collections are built. There are also several varieties that advanced collectors keep an eye out for. Differences in printing, color shades, paper type, gum, and perforations can sometimes create collectible varieties. Although most examples are standard issues, carefully examining your stamp under magnification can reveal interesting production differences. Professional catalogs such as Stanley Gibbons, Scott, Michel, and Evert and Tellier are valuable resources for identifying these varieties and estimating their value. If you have inherited a stamp collection from a family member, this stamp may be part of a larger commemorative collection from the 1960s. Collections kept in albums, protected from sunlight, moisture, and excessive handling, often maintain their quality much better than loose stamps stored in boxes or envelopes. Proper storage can preserve both beauty and value for future generations. Many collectors also enjoy collecting stamps based on historical themes rather than financial value. This particular stamp appeals to collectors interested in postal history, transportation, horses, Queen Elizabeth II, British history, communications, and royal commemoratives. Its attractive design makes it a favorite among thematic collectors around the world. If you are considering buying this stamp today, you will find it widely available through stamp dealers, online auctions, philatelic fairs, estate sales, and collector exchanges. Because it is affordable, it offers an excellent opportunity for new collectors to own a beautiful piece of British postal history without spending a large amount of money. When evaluating the value of your own copy, always compare it with recently sold examples rather than simply looking at asking prices. Some sellers list common stamps for unrealistic amounts, but actual completed sales provide a much more accurate indication of current market value. Certification is generally unnecessary for ordinary examples of this issue, although exceptional varieties or unusual errors may benefit from professional expertization. As stamp collecting continues to evolve in the digital age, classic British commemoratives like this one remain popular among collectors across Europe, North America, Asia, and Australia. Their historical significance, elegant design, and affordable prices make them excellent additions to both beginner and advanced collections. Every stamp represents a small piece of history that has traveled through time, carrying stories of people, places, and important national events. The 1966 General Letter Office. 3 pence stamp reminds us how communication transformed society long before email, smartphones, and the internet. It honors the hard-working postal riders who delivered messages across challenging landscapes and celebrates 300 years of one of the world's most influential postal systems. Every time we hold this small piece of paper, we are holding a symbol of history, dedication, and progress. Next up, the most famous and elegant British commemorative stamps ever issued. If you are passionate about classic British stamps, the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, and discovering the real market value of vintage postage stamps, then this is a video you will not want to miss. Today we are taking a detailed look at the beautiful 1 shilling, 6 pence coronation stamp issued on the 2nd of June, 1953 to celebrate one of the most important events in British history, the coronation of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. We will explore the fascinating history behind this stamp, its beautiful design, why collectors admire it around the world, and most importantly, what this classic stamp is worth in today's stamp market in United States dollars. Stay with me until the very end, because I will also explain how to identify valuable examples and what collectors should look for before buying or selling this remarkable issue. The stamp you are looking at was issued on the 2nd of June 1953, the same day that Queen Elizabeth II was officially crowned at Westminster Abbey in London. The coronation was one of the most celebrated events of the 20th century and marked the beginning of a reign that would become the longest in British history. Millions of people around the world watched the ceremony on television, making it one of the first major international broadcasts in history. To commemorate this historic occasion, Great Britain released a special set of coronation stamps, and the high-value 1 shilling and 6 pence issue quickly became one of the most admired stamps of the entire series. The design of this stamp is both elegant and symbolic. At the center is a graceful portrait of the young Queen Elizabeth II wearing the imperial state. Crown. Surrounding her portrait is an ornate decorative frame that reflects the traditions and artistic style of British stamp engraving. On each side of the portrait are magnificent royal crowns representing the authority and continuity of the British monarchy. Across the top appears the inscription "Postage Revenue," while the royal cipher E2R, meaning Elizabeth II Regina, is displayed prominently. At the bottom of the stamp is the historic date, June 1953, forever commemorating the Coronation Day. The denomination of 1 shilling and 6 pence appears in both lower corners, completing a design that has become a favorite among collectors worldwide. This stamp was printed using high-quality engraving techniques by Harrison & Sons, one of Britain's most respected security printers. The deep blue color gives the stamp an appearance of dignity and prestige, while highlighting the intricate engraved details that are difficult to reproduce even with modern printing technology. Every fine line, decorative ornament, and facial detail demonstrates the exceptional craftsmanship of British stamp production during the early reign of Queen Elizabeth II. Although millions of these coronation stamps were printed to satisfy public demand, they remain highly collectible because of their historical importance. They represent not only the beginning of a remarkable reign, but also an important moment in the history of the British Commonwealth. For many collectors, this stamp symbolizes optimism, renewal, and the beginning of a new era following the difficult years after the Second World War. Now let us discuss the current market value of this stamp in United States dollars. A used example with a normal postal cancellation in average condition generally sells for between 50 cents and $2. A well-centered used copy with light cancellation and excellent appearance can bring between $3 and $6. A mint example with original gum and never hinged condition usually sells between $5 and $15, depending on its overall quality. Exceptionally well-preserved mint copies with perfect centering, brilliant color, and flawless gum may sell for between $20 and $40 through specialist stamp dealers or online auctions. Official first-day covers bearing this stamp often sell between $15 and $50 depending on condition, cachet design, and postal markings. Collectors should understand that condition is everything in stamp collecting. Two stamps that appear almost identical at first glance can have very different values. Collectors carefully examine the centering of the design, the freshness of the paper, the sharpness of the perforations, the brightness of the ink, and whether the stamp has any tears, folds, creases, stains, fading, or missing perforations. Even tiny defects may reduce the value significantly, while a perfectly preserved example can command a premium price. One of the reasons this stamp continues to attract collectors is its connection to Queen Elizabeth II, one of the most influential monarchs in modern history. Her reign lasted more than 70 years, making stamps from the beginning of her reign especially desirable. This coronation issue captures the youthful image of a queen who would become one of the most recognized figures in the world. Advanced collectors also search for printing varieties, shade differences, paper varieties, watermark differences, and unusual production errors. While most examples are standard issues, occasional printing flaws or plate varieties can be worth considerably more than ordinary copies. These varieties require careful examination and are often listed in specialized catalogs such as Stanley Gibbons, Scott, Michel, and Evert and Tellier. Professional expertization may be worthwhile if a collector believes they have discovered an unusual variety. If you own a complete coronation stamp set from 1953 rather than just this single value, the collection becomes even more attractive to collectors. Complete mint sets generally sell for higher prices than individual stamps because collectors appreciate obtaining the entire commemorative issue together. Albums containing original presentation packs or official Royal Mail packaging may also increase collector interest. Many beginning collectors ask whether this stamp is considered rare. The honest answer is that while it is not rare in terms of surviving numbers, it remains highly desirable because of its historical importance, elegant design, and enduring popularity. Demand from collectors continues to keep this stamp relevant in the philatelic market even more than 70 years after its issue. When purchasing this stamp, it is always wise to buy from reputable stamp dealers, established auction houses, recognized philatelic societies, or experienced collectors. High-resolution photographs allow buyers to inspect centering, perforations, gum condition, and any possible faults before making a purchase. Comparing recently completed auction sales rather than asking prices provides the most realistic picture of current market value. The coronation of Queen Elizabeth II was not merely a national event for Britain. It was celebrated throughout the Commonwealth and watched by millions across the globe. This stamp, therefore, represents more than postage. It is a historical document, a work of miniature art, and a lasting tribute to one of the defining moments of the 20th century. Collectors often include this stamp in thematic collections focusing on royalty, coronations, British history, monarchy, engraved stamps, Commonwealth issues, and Queen Elizabeth II. Its timeless appearance ensures that it remains one of the most admired commemorative issues of the early Elizabethan period. As the years continue to pass, beautifully preserved examples become increasingly difficult to find because many stamps have suffered damage from improper storage, humidity, sunlight, or careless handling. Collectors who preserve their stamps in acid-free albums, protective mounts, and climate-controlled environments help maintain both the beauty and potential value of these historic treasures for future generations. Whether your interest lies in history, investment, art, or simply the joy of collecting, the 1953 Coronation 1 shilling and 6 pence stamp deserves a special place in any British stamp collection. It is a reminder of an extraordinary day that shaped modern British history and introduced a monarch whose reign would span generations. Next up, the beautiful 212 pence Coronation commemorative stamp issued by Great Britain in 1953 to celebrate the coronation of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. This small but elegant stamp has remained one of the most recognizable British commemorative issues ever produced. In this video, we will uncover the story behind its creation, examine every detail of its beautiful design, discuss its historical importance, and most importantly, reveal its current market value in United States dollars. Be sure to stay until the end because I will also share expert collecting tips that can help you identify valuable examples hidden inside old collections. The stamp you are looking at was issued on the 2nd of June 1953, one of the most historic dates in modern British history. On this day, Queen Elizabeth II was crowned at Westminster Abbey in London following the passing of her father, King George VI. The coronation was a magnificent event attended by world leaders, members of royal families, diplomats, and thousands of invited guests. More importantly, it became the first British coronation to be televised, allowing millions of people across the United Kingdom and around the world to witness the ceremony from their own homes. It marked the beginning of a reign that would continue for more than 70 years, making Queen Elizabeth II the longest reigning monarch in British history. To celebrate this extraordinary occasion, the British Post Office issued a special set of commemorative stamps. Among them was this attractive 212 pence value, printed in a striking bright red color that immediately catches the eye. Although it carried a relatively low postal value, it has become one of the most collected stamps from the coronation issue because of its beautiful design and historical significance. The design of this stamp is truly impressive. At the center is a graceful portrait of the young Queen Elizabeth II wearing the imperial state crown. Her portrait is surrounded by elegant decorative floral ornaments representing the beauty and dignity of the British monarchy. On both sides of the portrait are magnificent royal crowns symbolizing authority, continuity, and centuries of constitutional tradition. The words "postage revenue" appear across the lower portion of the design, reminding collectors that British stamps have long served both postal and revenue purposes. The denomination of 2 pence halfpenny appears prominently in the lower left corner, making it instantly recognizable to collectors around the world. One fascinating feature of this stamp is its rich symbolism. The decorative floral branches surrounding the Queen represent prosperity, peace, and national unity. The crowns emphasize the continuity of the British monarchy stretching back hundreds of years. Every artistic element was carefully chosen to celebrate not only the coronation itself, but also the beginning of a new chapter in British history. The stamp was produced using high-quality printing methods by Harrison & Sons, one of Britain's leading security printing companies. The detailed engraving, balanced composition, and vibrant red ink demonstrate the exceptional craftsmanship that made British stamps admired throughout the philatelic world. Even after more than 70 years, the fine details remain sharp on well-preserved examples, making this issue a favorite among collectors of engraved stamps. Now let us discuss what collectors are most interested in today: the current market value in United States dollars. Because millions of these stamps were printed to satisfy public demand during the Coronation celebrations, they remain relatively common today. However, condition makes an enormous difference in determining value. A used copy with an ordinary postal cancellation and average condition generally sells for between 10 cents and 75 cents. A very clean used example with light cancellation, excellent centering, and bright color may sell for around $1 to $3. A mint, never-hinged copy with original undisturbed gum typically sells for between $2 and $8 depending on quality. Exceptional mint examples with perfect centering, flawless gum, and outstanding freshness may sell for $10 to $20 through specialist dealers or philatelic auctions. Complete mint coronation sets, including all denominations, often achieve prices between $15 and $40, depending on overall condition. Official first-day covers bearing this stamp usually sell for between $10 and $35, while presentation packs in excellent condition may command even higher prices from collectors. Specializing in Royal Mail commemorative issues, collectors should always remember that the condition of a stamp is one of the biggest factors affecting its value. Experienced philatelists carefully examine every detail before making a purchase. They inspect the centering of the design, making sure the white margins are even on all sides. They check that all perforations are complete and undamaged. They look for bright original colors without fading, clean paper free from stains or foxing, and original gum without hinge marks on mint examples. Even small faults such as creases, thin spots, missing perforations, or discoloration can reduce the value considerably. Although this stamp is not considered rare, it remains one of the most desirable commemorative issues from the early reign of Queen Elizabeth II. Its popularity comes from its historical importance rather than scarcity. Collectors around the world appreciate owning a genuine piece of history that commemorates one of Britain's most significant royal ceremonies. Advanced collectors often search for printing varieties, shade differences, paper types, watermark variations, perforation differences, and production errors. Some minor varieties have become collectible over the years, particularly when documented in specialized catalogs. Collectors frequently consult reference books such as Stanley Gibbons, Scott, Michel, and Evert and Tellier to identify these varieties and estimate their market value accurately. Another reason this stamp remains so popular is its connection with Queen Elizabeth II herself. Throughout her remarkable reign, she appeared on thousands of stamp designs issued not only by Great Britain but also by Commonwealth countries around the world. Early portraits from the beginning of her reign are especially admired because they capture the youthful queen at the start of an extraordinary journey that would shape modern history. Many collectors enjoy assembling complete coronation collections that include stamps from Great Britain as well as commemorative issues released by Australia, Canada, New Zealand, South Africa, India, Pakistan, Ceylon, and numerous other Commonwealth countries. Together, these collections tell the story of a worldwide celebration that united millions of people across continents. If you discover this stamp inside an inherited collection, do not assume it has little value simply because it is common. While individual copies may be affordable, complete collections preserved in excellent condition often attract significant collector interest. Albums that have remained untouched for decades may contain scarce varieties, unusual postal cancellations, or other valuable stamps that deserve closer examination. Proper preservation is extremely important. Store your stamps in acid-free albums or protective mounts away from direct sunlight, excessive humidity, dust, and temperature changes. Always handle stamps with stamp tongs rather than fingers to avoid transferring oils onto the paper. Good storage practices help preserve both beauty and market value for future generations. The 1953 Coronation issue represents much more than a simple postage stamp. It is a miniature work of art that celebrates national pride, constitutional tradition, and one of the most remarkable reigns in world history. Every detail of the design reflects Britain's rich heritage and the optimism that surrounded the beginning of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. Even today, more than 7 decades after its release, collectors continue to seek this beautiful stamp for its artistic quality, historical importance, and affordability. Whether you are a beginner building your very first British collection or an advanced philatelist specializing in royal commemoratives, this stamp deserves a place in your album. Its combination of elegant engraving, royal symbolism, and historical significance ensures that it will remain one of the classic commemorative issues of British philately for generations to come. Every time a collector looks at this stamp, they are reminded of a historic day that marked the beginning of a reign unlike any other in British history. Thank you for watching another episode of Stamps Old World UK. I truly appreciate every one of you who joins me on these journeys through the fascinating world of stamp collecting. If you enjoyed learning about the history, design, and current market value of this beautiful 1953 Queen Elizabeth II Coronation 2 pence stamp, please support the channel by liking this video, subscribing to Stamps Old World UK, and turning on notifications so you never miss our upcoming videos featuring rare British stamps, valuable Commonwealth issues, hidden philatelic treasures, auction results, collecting guides, expert market value updates, and remarkable stories behind the world's greatest stamps. Please leave a comment below and tell us whether you own this classic Coronation stamp, what condition it is in, and which British or international stamp you would like to see featured next. Your comments help build our wonderful community of stamp collectors from around the world. Thank you once again for watching Stamps Old World UK. Until next time, happy collecting. Protect your stamps carefully. Continue exploring history one stamp at a time. And may every stamp in your collection tell an unforgettable story for generations to come.